This is the January 10th Curriculum Committee meeting, and we have a full agenda tonight and a shortened time frame due to the storm. I hope everyone was safe. Happy New Year. Welcome back to our meetings. It's been a while since we actually had a meeting. It's great to have everybody here. I think we're going to start with the first thing on the agenda, the phys ed and health curriculums for grades 1 through 3 and then grades 4 through 5.
So I'm going to pass these down. There's two documents, one both double-sided, one for 1 through 3, one for 4 and 5. Sorry, letters.
Thank you.
And exhibit. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Schneider.
Great, thank you. So this is Happy New Year, everyone. These are both double-sided documents. We're going to start with grades 1 through 3, physical education and health. I know we do have a lot to talk about tonight, multiple documents, so if I'm going on too long, just give me the yes. Exactly. I am known to check. So our first document is our grades 1 through 3 physical education and health. Grades 1 through 3 is a set of 4 units that transfer instruction from one grade level to the next. The units correlate with the defined state standards and provide guidelines for instruction in physical activity and student well-being, as physical education is a very important part of student development that helps create opportunities for character building, learning sportsmanship, working together, lifelong interests, as well as just academic growth all together, and really seeing what their interests may be at this very young age. The health education part provides students with knowledge and skills that they need to maintain and learn about health and wellness from being very young, that can last throughout their whole lifetime. The intent of the comprehensive health program is to really motivate students to improve their health, prevent disease, and avoid or reduce health-related risk behaviors, starting at the elementary school, and not only avoiding, but recognizing things about themselves, about their body, about what, if they don't feel well, what they can do to feel better, and healthy choices to make throughout their lifestyle. So I just want to go through some of the highlights of the document. In first grade, we play recreational games involving scooters. We do some scooter soccer. We learn how to ride on scooters. I actually did that for the first time, by the way, the other day. So it was a lot of fun in an observation. Parachute activities, which do include, working together as a team, raising the parachute, doing all that. I'm really excited to see that in action. It is introduction to physical fitness. Also introduction to games that involve chasing, dodging, fleeing, like playing catch, dodging balls, going after a target ball in a particular activity or sport. And students learn in those games, what is appropriate, how to follow rules, when it is appropriate to chase, when it is not appropriate to chase, when we are going after the ball, when we are going after a goal. They start learning that at the very young age. There is a unit on gymnastics and health-related fitness, such as physical wellness and knowing their current level of fitness, just from being very young. In the health portion of it, we go over wellness, safety, introduction to drugs and medicines. So when we talk about this is, okay, I don't feel well. What medicines are appropriate to take and healthy for me to take if I don't feel well, as opposed to ones that are not that we want. So we start the introduction of the process there. We talk about social emotional health, meaning how am I feeling? How are my emotions today? What emotions am I feeling? Are these happy emotions? Are these sad emotions? And examples of those. We talk about intro to decision making and how to make healthy choices and healthy decisions going forward. And we start throughout this process of what are good decisions, what are bad decisions to make depending on what circumstance is there. And also human relationships, starting with something as basic as, what is a family? This is my family. My family looks like this. My friend's family may be comprised of something that does not look like my family. And there are multiple different types of families and relationships that come from there. That's an example that I can give with the human relationships. In the second grade, we start lacrosse, floor hockey as some team sports. We do rhythmic and dance activities, and as a percussionist, I really appreciate this, and I'm looking to see this in action because these rhythm and dance activities really could show students at a young age, I have good rhythm. Maybe I should take up music or dance or art, because it starts right here in second grade. So it's very exciting. We continue to talk about drugs and medicine as we get going. Personal growth in wellness, as far as students setting goals for themselves to maintain a healthy lifestyle and to be active and physical. We start talking about that personal development and the growth of that. We talk about personal safety and making safe choices, and as well as good choices when it comes to our nutrition in second grade. And we start talking about different foods, what makes a good healthy choice, what are not healthy choices, how do we make right choices, and also when is it okay to have some candy, which may not be there, and the appropriateness of that. In third grade, we have basketball, volleyball, soccer, kickball, and golf, and various types of golf that we start depending if it's fall or spring. We start a recreational games. For an example, cricket is taught. We have a unit actually fully dedicated to jump rope, which is a very great activity for students to learn, and how to use the jump rope, which really gets their heart rate going, and a great warm-up exercise. And then just lifestyle exercises. We call lifestyle exercises running, walking, stretching, things that they can do and learn how to do properly at the young age, and that they can continue for the rest of their life. Throughout the grade, again, we continue to talk about drugs and also introduce alcohol here in third grade. We continue to talk about nutrition and human relationships again. And then the last unit that we have here is we have cooperative activities which involve cooperation, basically, between whether it's your classmates, your family, and different relationships, cultivating in the activities that could go along with them. So that is a very condensed version of our 1 through 3 physical education and health. This document was really well written. I'd like to thank everyone involved there. I know Dr. Lehman and I have collaborated on this for a while. So if there's any questions on the 1st through 3rd grade, I'm happy to try to elaborate.
I don't think so. I think we're good. Thank you.
That was a record for me.
Challenge yourself.
Yes.
4 through 6, let's go.
4 and 5, here we go.
Oh, 4 and 5, oh, I forgot, 6.
6 is-
6 we did, 6 we did, yes.
6 we did, that's
Yeah.
right.
So, 4th and 5th grade is where we really start promoting sort of more advanced physical activity for elementary schools, while still promoting the lifetime fitness aspect of it, because we're still learning skills that we're going to take with us for the rest of our life. In 4th and 5th grade, we focus a lot on character building and really working together, having good relationships with our classmates, and we do many team building things to help us, in that aspect, and to develop a strong work ethic, strong working together skills that will help students throughout their education and their life. And we do more physical fitness and wellness, and individual and team sports, which, if you notice, I'm going to talk about here, the actual sports that are covered in fourth and fifth grade are more than in the younger grades. And we get into some more complicated sports, which require a lot of training from their physical education teacher to play, which we will talk about. The program fosters and promotes self-confidence, sportsmanship, and fair play in each respective area. And again, our mission is to really ensure that students are provided with a appropriate curriculum that and they will experience growth in every aspect of their health and physical fitness. And the health, again, provides students with knowledge and skills that they're going to need to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And all teaching and learning is focused on achievement and of learning of the New Jersey state standards, and it's in compliance with all. So fourth grade for sports, we have flag football, soccer, handball, speedball, volleyball, basketball, and lacrosse, which is there. So in the curriculum, it is labeled as, I found this out, I had to inquire about this, but I found out that ultimate flag football is actually another name for ultimate frisbee, because I asked about that. So we do ultimate frisbee because I asked, what's the difference between flag football and ultimate? Where's the ultimate? And that is really ultimate frisbee. So that was a fun question I got to ask. We play recreational games such as scooters, badminton, pickleball, and table tennis, and lifestyle games, which is horseshoes, bowling, things they can do throughout their lives. And does anyone know what Blongo ball is? Has anyone ever played Blongo ball? Because I haven't either. So I asked, what is Blongo ball? And it's another name for ladder, but where ladder golf. Yeah.
Haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
Like two golf balls attached by
Yep.
a string, you throw it on the ladder.
Ladder ball, but it is technically called
I didn't know
Blongo
either,
ball.
so you had to look it up.
Oh, okay.
If you're ever at trivia night with a question, what is Blongo ball? Well, I'll get it right now. So, we do, starting in fourth grade, fall and spring fitness testing to test each personal level and where we can grow from there. There is a unit on gymnastics, dance, which is new to all the students at the time. And for grade 4, we start on the health side of things, talking more in depth about nutrition. We talk about diseases, how to recognize diseases, what something looks like. If you have even a scab on your hand, what does a scab look like on our hand? We recognize that about our own bodies and what to look for. We talk more about social and emotional health, safety, decision-making skills, and we further into relationships and relationship building. In 5th grade, our sports is lacrosse, soccer, floor hockey, golf, basketball, baseball, and softball. Again, depending on the weather outside, if we're in the fall, winter, spring. Recreational sports such as we play kickball, and we continue cricket at a more faster pace level. We also can do fall and spring fitness testing, more gymnastics, more dance, and relationship building, sexuality, what characteristics are a boy, what characteristics are a girl. That could be anything, and characteristics of them. Something from even things are, you know, the stereotype of boys like blue, girls like pink. Things like that, as far as even though my color is pink, but typically boys are drawn to blue, and we talk about things like that. However, using the color as an example, like I said, I didn't wear my pink glasses today, but boys are free to like pink, as are girls free to like blue, and that's just one example that I can give. And then we talk much more in depth as the years goes on about nutrition and making healthy food choices in there. And that's, again, a very brief, condensed overview, given time, of our curriculum for 4th and 5th grade phys ed and health. There are any questions?
Like board members, anything?
Real quick, the family life portion.
Yes.
5th grade is part of this curriculum?
It is part of this curriculum. Thank you for pointing that out. That goes, I will say, so the family life is taught in 5th grade. We've always taught it at the elementaries in 5th grade. A question that we get is, if If a parent does not want their child to participate in that, they are permitted to opt out of that portion of the curriculum, of the family life portion. And that is to be done by putting something in writing in an email to the building principal, not to the teacher, but to the building principal. And then they will be excused from that portion of the class. Thank you for,
And if we could just reiterate, that's not new.
that is not new, no, that's all.
Right, I was just wondering if I didn't see it in the highlights, I was
Yeah.
cross-examining.
Yeah, it's in the,
It's in the large document.
It's in the large
It's in the large, yeah.
it's in the large document, yeah.
Follow-up question to that, Katie. if I
Sure.
may. So are the parents sent home information prior to it so
Yes.
that if they don't want, they can?
They're sent home, each school has their own, way of communicating that home, because they're done at different times. It's not necessarily, I'm gonna give an example, Woodland does not necessarily teach this the exact same week as they do at Brookside, for instance. It could vary, so it's different times, but they get sent home, information, and then if parents do want to opt out, they just can send the building principal, that in writing, so they have it.
Okay, and are I know in the past it was done this way many years ago. I don't know if it's still done this way. Are the boys taught by one teacher and the girls taught by another, or are they together?
No, that's remained the same, yeah.
That's remain the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way it was.
Yeah.
So that hasn't changed
No, that has not changed.
for boys, because I remember.
Dr. Lehman.
You're
Yeah, I'm correct, but yeah.
Right, in general, I didn't pick it up, I like what you said, Ms. Booker.
Okay.
And I don't, and it's not a big issue at all, but perhaps you could speak with your particular teachers, and maybe it would make sense to have the three schools have it taught the same week. I don't think it would really be a hardship or an issue unless there's anything being shared, but if there's no books or anything being shared to that end, it
Correct.
might make sense, because perhaps you're friends with her and you want to chat about the value, Ms. Belka brought it up, you want to chat about the value of whatever's being taught. You're not removing your child, and you want to be able to talk as friends, that maybe your children are coming home and asking questions, so maybe you could have the conversation with those 3 teachers or 6 teachers, whatever they are.
Yeah, we're actually starting at the building principal level. One thing that I'd like to do, just.
My concern about that is, here's a concern, my concern about that is she's at Oak Tree, I'm at Mill Lake. We both participate in rec basketball. They're learning about family life this week. I'm not learning about till next week. If we as a district should be teaching all of our kids at that age in that curriculum the same week, so that the conversations across the district in all of the out-of-school things that happen can be at the same time and the same level. So I understand that there would be a lot of logistic kind of managing with that, but I really think that's what we should strive for, so that we are training, we are educating all of our students on these particular topics at the same time, so that we can address it at the same time and not have, some disparity, which this has been a goal of this committee and this board for a long time, to make sure that across the district at the grade levels, particularly since we have 6 different elementary schools, and in this case it would be 3, right, for this grade level, 3 different elementary schools, if they're all teaching it at a different time, it kind of socially becomes an awkward thing.
And you could just do that with plan units.
And
That
that
would
is,
solve the problem with a plan unit on a calendar.
and that is a conversation that I will have,
Thank you.
with the building principals. There, what we've started to also talk about, amongst the 3 schools is, again, being new to this, we're striving for consistency, and things have been, I'm not sure how exactly they've been done in the past, but what I'd like to do is have one standard
I think that's
letter to go home.
Yeah, I like that too.
Different.
That was going to be my next statement,
Where
was that
Woodland,
I'd like to see,
for instance,
you know,
Woodland's letter is not,
communication should be standard from out there for
Different
the whole
from-
district. Does, it it should be signed by the building principal who it's going to, but it should be that, especially, we don't have that issue with the high school or the middle school,
Right,
right?
only
Because
one
we only
each,
have one
right.
of each,
Mhm.
right? But the elementary school level, because then when they come here, they're used to consistency, not only the parents, but the students as well. They're used to the same consistent behavior by the leadership and administration of the organization.
sure. So that's something, that's conversations that we've already
That's great.
started, because I said,
Beautiful.
I was just curious, I was like, what does this school do? What does this school do? So that's something for it will be for next school year. We'll be cleaning up and having a standard letter. Now, Dr. Chandler and Dr. Lehman, if that's a conversation we can have, should that letter be signed by me as supervisor or by
I'm just gonna
the
stop you,
building
you guys can work that out.
Yes.
On to graphic design,
Sure.
because we've got
Sure.
really 5 other really important things. Can we just want to hold it? Guys, I want.
Yeah, I understand. Let's go
We're
ahead.
pressed for time.
Sure. Did I? Sorry, I did not hand out that graphic design.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Graphic Design 2 is a course in the Department of Fine and Performing Arts at Monroe Township High School. Students that are in grades 10 through 12 are eligible to take this course. A prerequisite is obviously Graphic Design 1, which is open 9 through 12. This is a very exciting course, and I've been very excited to learn about the ins and outs of this, working with our teacher, Miss Jessica Singer, who just does a fantastic job and who wrote this curriculum. But in Graphic Design 2 is going to be for the advanced designer to continue to explore and enhance skills that they already had coming into the course. In Graphic Design 1, the students strive to take the foundations and principles that previously learned and create their own original and unique style. So we're sort of looking for, they learn the tools and the skills in Graphic Design 1, and now they're sort of relating it to they're making it their own and making their real own artistic stamp on all their projects. Students are using Adobe Suite, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and are going to be working on several projects using those programs and technology to create projects that happen to be of interest to them and where they really see, are my talents more on the tech side or on the artistic side? And in some cases, combine them and realize that's where, but it's really about finding themselves as an artist when they get to this point, because we have Graphic Design 3 and this one's in the middle. So this is where they really start finding their own stamp on things. In talking to Ms. Singer and in observing, one of the things that they do is they teach figure ground and positive and negative space. And a lot of this, when looking at logo designs, they look at actual logos and finding those things, which I think is really cool. And even an example that Ms. Singer and I spoke about was a illustration of a vase, and they could see faces within the vase. So it's they learn about that, and then they get the opportunity to even look at logos that are interesting to them, and could even, some of them coming out of there will even make their own logos. So they also, in this case, in Graphic Design 1, they start their own personal portfolio. And this will continue with them, and they're going to continue the development of that portfolio of their artistic works. The blend of career and technical education and visual arts is really prominent in this course because, like I said, we're using students' artistic and technical tech sides, and we're really combining them in many of the projects that we do. All of our software is updated annually, by the way, to make sure we're using the latest versions of everything. This course offers instructional experiences to all types of learners. It is open to all students, provided they take Graphic Design 1 as the prereq. And there is preparation, obviously, for post-secondary readiness in this course. And many of the students that are in this program do go on to do something utilizing these skills in college and beyond. So it's a very, it's a great course that we offer, a great program. And like I said, Ms. Singer just does a fantastic job. When I see some of these projects, I think I'm walking in New York City looking at, in a museum in some cases.
Yeah,
So,
we've seen some of them.
Yes, they did.
In the halls, we really like it. Anybody have any questions? Great, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Belmont.
Okay, and I understand you're going to talk to us about the high school band chorus trip.
Yes, I wanted to make sure I monopolized it.
Yes. You are. And I think we have the next biggest talker coming up.
I was
after
gonna
this.
say.
Not yet.
Not yet?
We gotta get through the Roman stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm still first place, I hope.
We're first, yes. Please.
Please take one of
Yeah.
these, they're
And
double-sided.
you can go ahead and get started while we pass. them out.
Thank you, Mrs. Belko. So, in 2016, the marching band at that time, in 2016, was invited to Hawaii to participate in the Pearl Harbor Day parade at that time. I asked your daughter, Mrs. Belko, actually went on that trip.
75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Yes, that's the 5th anniversary of Pearl Harbor, which was so exciting. Anyone who's been in our band room, there's a trophy probably that could touch the ceiling of there. It was from that, it was from that event that the marching band won. We are very honored that not just our marching band, but our entire band program and our high school choir program have been invited back to Hawaii in 2025
Wow.
for the National Veterans Day Parade
Yeah,
that
just got the
they
chills.
will, it's just so exciting that, in March of 2025, they've been, invited back to perform in this, where, they will be playing and singing, patriotic tunes, singing America, the choir will be, singing the national anthem, the band will be performing God Bless America, and so many things that, and it speaks volumes, first of all, to our music program here at Monroe Township High School for the band and chorus to be considered for this. But when we got the invitation, we were jumping up and down. So this trip would require a lot of planning, as you know. So this is for 2025 in March, when this would take place. However, if we are going to do this, we need to start the planning now to make sure that the students, first of all, to gauge the interest, which I know will be there because given what happened in 2016. But we also need to start the process of fundraising and students' accounts to make sure that they will be able to fund this in segments and it's not just going to be all at once. So what I've given everyone on the committee here is just a sample schedule that we asked for, so we can present. And as you see here, the amount of historical landmarks in Hawaii that they will be able to visit throughout their time there relates in a cross-curricular way, obviously, to what they might be learning or have learned in their history courses. And the final day with the parade is something that they will be a memory that they will cherish for the rest of their lives, being able to march in that with other bands and be able to, represent Monroe on that level. So the itinerary here outlines it, and then the second page is the different packages, because for pricing, my guess is right now, this is still at the very beginning stages, but we are looking at the 5 days, 4 nights package, which would be here. And that's when we asked for the sample itinerary, that's the package that we asked for. And students will, if this is going to go, we'll be able to, from now until they'll have about a year to be able to do whatever fundraising and whatever funding they need to do to this. But we're going to have to get a start on this immediately. And again, this is open to all band and choir students in Monroe Township High School, as well as the 8th grade members that are in the marching band only. This will be open to everyone. So I'm really excited, and I want to congratulate our band staff, Mr. Sean Nagpal, Martin Griffin, and our choir director, Lindsay Reinhardt and Josh Acampado, for getting this distinct honor and invitation to perform. So if anyone has any questions about this, I'm happy to answer, but the next step is we're going to put a letter out to the parents, a letter of interest, and that's the starting points, and then work with the different tour companies to get the best price and the best deal for our students. But this is a chance of a lifetime for many of our high schoolers.
I just want to interject that we make sure fundraising, that we sit and have the conversation and make sure that whatever we do, it's accommodating to all children equally.
Correct.
I think that's very important.
Yes. No, absolutely. I remember that, and it was handled that way with the previous trip.
Yeah.
On 2016, what I would like to ask is for you to, I know you're probably not ready for tonight's meeting, but for next month, to come back with what the projected cost to the district will be, because we will have to pay the teachers, and we'll have to pay, there'll
How
be
many
costs.
chaperones will you
How many
need, right?
chaperones will you need? What will be the, projected, whatever you can come up with, projected, so that Ms. Allen with the budget team can, make sure that we look at it,
Right.
because there are also other costs. A nurse will have to go on the trip, I'm sure, and, a couple, those kinds of costs that are, what a lot of businesses will call hidden costs, right?
Sure.
It's like we'll give you $1 million for it. Yeah, well, my cost to build that and implement that particular piece of software, and I just came from a bunch of budget meetings today, so it's fresh in my mind, that, those costs really should be known to the board up front, so we, can be transparent about that with the,
I can have an exact number for you, but the cost, I've already actually thought of it. So the cost to the district will be the chaperones and the overnight stipends, including the nurse, additional teachers.
so I'd like that in a presentation to the finance committee. Because
Chaperones,
this is curriculum, that would be the finance committee.
you got it, you got it.
Prepare
And
something.
then when
February,
will we
that'd
be
be great.
voting on this for February to approve it?
Well, if you can get the interest out ASAP with a deadline, so that, because the chaperones will be based upon how many students go, and
That's exactly right.
therefore the interest will then indicate what your chaperone numbers will be to present at finance. So I think, and if he's able to get that all done, it could be February though, it could be.
If I'm not mistaken, and it depends on the company that you guys use to help with this, many times,
Yeah, they used to pay for chaperones per.
many of the times you can make an arrangement where if for every 12 students that enroll, they cover the cost of the chaperone.
Correct.
And historically, that has been a practice that we followed.
So
which
I
has
think
come at a
that
great
would be
savings
nice to
the
have that information,
Got it.
because people do ask us these questions. Oh, it's great. The marching band's going to Hawaii. What's that cost in the district? And ultimately, it could be it's costing the district $10. And believe me, it's, I'm exaggerating the $10 cost, but, but that is the thing. And so that to me would be but that is a discussion for the finance committee. So I just want to
I
move
will
on.
bring that to finance, hopefully in February.
But yes, please congratulate to
Yes,
the music department and all the great work here that is done. It is an amazing, just the whole program from start to finish, from fourth grade, step train, the learning, I forget what it's called, Zach, but it's, how they.
Vertical instruction?
The vertical instruction, yes, thank you. I know, I don't know, 10 years and I still can't remember.
It's okay.
Vertical instruction, and,
Bob Neely.
it really is a great way
Yeah.
for them to learn music. It really, and it's a great program.
Yeah, the
Yes,
best of the best
absolutely.
teachers,
So
yeah.
thank you so much for that. So I guess, am I Long Township High School Rowan partnership? Would that be you?
I'm Rowan, and you're Kane, you wanna go Kane first, is that,
I don't care.
Okay, so I can be very brief. So we have an opportunity to offer the class that we currently teach at the high school, which is Holocaust and Genocide Studies, in a dual enrollment program with Kane University. So how this will work is that students will take the course here, and they do have the option of determining that they would like to seek out dual enrollment. Their application fee is waived to Kane. However, there would be a cost associated, a reduced credit cost. We believe it works out to be $300 for the course. We use our teacher, who I cannot say enough about, Melissa Schwartz. She is outstanding. She actually has advanced studies with Holocaust education that she had partnership with Kane. So she really is a tremendous resource, and this is an amazing class that we teach. So students have a choice if they would want to enroll or not. The best part about this is we would use our syllabus, the students would take our final exam, and we would begin to be able to have that really great partnership. The students would receive Kane credentials to be able to utilize their library resources. And there is no assigned textbook that they would have to use. It's whatever we are already using. And we, of course, like anything we offer, we cannot guarantee transfer. However, for these kind of courses, usually most universities, as a general education course, would be willing to do so as long as they receive a certain grade on the transcript. So we really would like to pursue this opportunity, and it really is a tremendous course that we hope many students take advantage of.
My fellow board members, any questions?
Just one, is it the So if you enroll in the class, is it the same students if you decide to be in the program and not?
Yes.
So you don't have,
There's, it's
But everyone
really
can
your
decide.
decision
okay.
if you want to take the course or not. So, and the other really nice piece is, you know, we can continue to build this out as needed,
Yeah.
so, and
A great way to get our foot in the door with King, right?
Right. I personally, as a parent, benefited with the business department doing this dual enrollment. It's a huge saving to the parents to pay for this in high school and get the credits applied. So I think.
$300 for a 3-credit class?
Yes.
That's
I'm
a
glad we're
bargain.
doing this in other departments and I hope we only continue to do more.
Yeah.
So if you like that.
All right.
Hold on to your seats.
I'm good.
We have begun conversations with Rowan University to join together in a college acceleration program agreement in where we would partner with them for different courses through Rowan to have the same relationship where our students would take a class here and pay for Rowan credit, again, $100 per credit. Now, we're in early conversations. The process that we're looking at would be for us to go through their course of study, which is about 933 pages, which we've started to look at and identify possible courses that they provide their students that match up with our syllabus and our curriculum documents for courses that we offer here at Monroe Township High School. And then we would provide those documents to them along with the resume or the CV of those that are teaching, our staff that are teaching the course. And their departments could approve or not approve the dual enrollment status or the credit acceleration status for those courses. Just perusing their document, I have looked at about 30 courses so far that are a possibility of lining up. That could wind up being just 5. It depends on what they approve. But this has been a goal of ours, of the high school, and I know of Dr. Chanley and many of us sitting at the table to increase those dual enrollment opportunities for our students. And if we're looking at it, we're talking about classes, which they actually highlight in our meeting of Honors Latin 3 or a class like that, or care and prevention being 3 credits for someone going to Rowan for athletic training. They would all be Rowan credits. They would all be on a Rowan transcript. They cannot guarantee transferability to other colleges, which if they were a college student, that would be a fact as well. But they would be offered these credits at $100 per credit, which is a cost savings of $1,000.
Are they gonna waive the application fee also?
I don't remember that, if we asked that question or not.
Tell them Kate is, so there you go.
But we'll put it on the list. They sent us a mock memorandum of agreement that we would obviously look through and go and look at those.
I think we're the first district in Middlesex County.
Correct. This is, they're branching out this program from Rowan. It is brand new. It's an opportunity for us to get in ahead of other districts throughout the state. I believe they are talking to a couple of districts right around them down in Gloucester County. But we are definitely the first school in Middlesex County that they've spoken with. They are very eager to build relationships with high schools throughout the state. And this is something that we can get, if we can get in as an early adopter. Their requirements may become more strict as they move along, but we would get into the door first, which is huge.
Great, keep us posted.
So we will let you know as how far we go with that. The biggest thing I think for us is really looking at who is teaching those courses, because they're not necessarily looking at a level of college degrees for our educators, but they're looking at how long they've been teaching the course and what they're specifically teaching, which really opens up a lot of opportunity for us here. So, and just sketching it out on a pad, you're looking at a possibility with just electives, 30 college credits at a high school level. I mean,
It's
amazing.
incredible.
That is amazing, and that kind of goes towards our stretch goal that we've talked about at this committee for a long time, about having our kids, walk out of high school with an associate's degree.
And other high schools do it.
Yeah, a lot of other high schools do it, and I think that that moves us, I think that just propels us along the path that, you know, that we set out 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
an interesting thing too, because what we were talking about was those high schools got into agreements with universities before they had more restrictions.
Mhm.
So they're able to build those relationships where a school, we can't because we didn't get in early enough for those colleges.
Let's
So
get in
that's-
The early bird catches the worm.
And that's my
Ms. Ali, you
question.
had a question.
To who and what do we owe the credit for becoming one of the school, or
Me,
your
it's all
school?
me. You can give me the credit. No, just kidding.
I'm asking that question so that we could publicly give credit to whoever it's due to,
Kelly,
because
reach over,
if
pat
we
him
early
on the
adopter,
back,
we
will
need
you?
to be an
Just
early
kidding.
Won't be the
selector
first time
school.
today.
Here's the reason they're
No, it's a collective effort. There has been conversations with colleges from all of our supervisors and directors. And I don't know who the original hookup or link up was with Rowan, but there are emails that go back and forth. This has been something that has been on our plate and our mind for a
Yeah.
couple of years now.
It's a goal.
So we're really reaching out. We're trying to get the word out there. And this is just something that I think lined up well with Rowan because they're trying to boost their program as well. And we kind of cross paths at the right time.
Thank you to all our
That's great, yeah,
administrators who've been
this is
pushing for this.
fantastic.
Much
So,
appreciated.
it's a good thing I know the committee chair for the next committee. So we have,
Yeah.
so the vehicular system.
You wanna skip that one?
Yeah, and 30 seconds on that, if that's okay.
So, all right.
Yeah, so that one, and we've alluded to this, in past meetings. And, last week we had a meeting with the high school administration about our programs of studies, and, Dr. Higgins, Dr. Patelli, agreed that there's a place in our program of studies for this type of class. It is a pre-vocational class that exposes students to some of the vehicular systems, such as, and some of the tasks associated with that, such as changing oil, changing tires, building brakes. In addition, we'll be using our metal shop and some of the resources that were installed in this high school originally. And we will be offering these students unique learning experiences that have never been offered before in this district. So we're very proud to be able to do that for our non-college bound students, or even our college bound students that want that skill.
Yeah.
I-
Nice job.
You did.
Nice
Okay,
job.
and if I could have another minute?
Okay.
Just because it's gonna take me a moment to get these pages distributed. So this is just more of an update, but there is some new programming involved with this, so we just decided to bring it to, committee. So as you know, over the last few years, we've been building enrichment services in a variety of ways. Some over the summer, some during the school day, some after school, and in some cases, some before school. And of late, been having, some incredible, ideas pitched to us through various supervisors. We piloted a program last year, Ms. McLeod and Ms. Rust, of a winter STEM program. And what we are poised to do this winter is to introduce formally some additional programs. Some will be fee-based, and some will be as a part of our gifted and talented offerings. They're all enrichment, which means they are all in addition to or to support existing programs. And I think it's important to differentiate between the two types of enrichment programs. Our gifted and talented programs are programs, so as part of that state required program. And just for these types of programs, we use multiple measures of data, objective and subjective, to select our students to ensure that program rigor is in a place similar to how we identify cluster students, students for accelerated math, and other similar programs. Our non-gifted and talented enrichment programs are open to all students. Some are offered as part of our co-curricular clubs after school offerings, and some will be fee-based to take place after the school day has concluded. We are currently offering one fee-based after-school enrichment program in the culinary arts, and this winter we plan on offering another fee-based after-school enrichment program in computer science and STEM. And then next month we will begin a non-fee-based zero-period enrichment for our gifted and talented services. So I want to qualify that by saying, and this is what I'll conclude with, and everything is on the sheet, and it's, you know, the new programs are identified in purple, and I just referenced them. Anytime we build a new gifted and talented program, we are very certain to make sure that that opportunity is available to all learners in addition. So this particular program, the Advanced Enrichment Services, which we're calling Code Zero, has students engaging in some high-level, very rigorous computer science and robotics modules. We will be running the same system, computer science and robotics modules, in our TSA co-curricular club, which is open to all students. It just so happens that Code Zero is a much more rigorous and intense learning experience that is, you know, more in alignment with what those gifted and talented qualifiers are responsible for. So we're staying true with our promise to build on both ends. And we are, in some instances, when the programs fall into that after-school category, in order to help support our programmatic growth and expansion, there is a fee, so we can make sure that they're being taught by certified instructors. Mr. Beren's office has been fantastic in helping us streamline the registration processes for these, to talk about some of those inefficiencies that we referenced last time when talking about the enrichment program. So we've learned a lot from that experience. And so far, we feel pretty confident, and our teachers have expressed interest in being a part of this. So whether it be for the trainings, the planning, and the execution, and being here to work at. And it's something that we hope to continue to offer our community. And like I said last time, every program we offer originates in collaboration with community desires, curricular desires, and vision, and what's best for the district. And so that's the update. Any of our parents or board members, we are building out our web presence with all of this information. It's online. And students that are a part of these programs will be receiving communications over the next few weeks. And we hope to continue to update you guys throughout the year and over the summer about new programs we'll be offering.
Awesome. Do any of my board members have any questions?
I will email him with the question later, but this is excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I just have to get, I'm doing all the talking, but Sam and Danielle were very instrumental in getting the staff together and helping us get this off the ground, and, look forward to working with even the special ed supervisors more so. And that is important to say, that all of our enrichment programs are prepared to accommodate as needed, and including our gifted and talented when the twice exceptional students do emerge.
Okay. That's great. I appreciate all the support
A little
from
more.
all of you
Sorry.
for all these programs, because I know it doesn't only happen with those at the top, those, all through the legwork, right, is definitely a big part of it. So thank you. I'm excited about the college partnerships. I think that's awesome. I think it's great. I love the enrichment when I saw that come out as an advertisement. I shared it all over the place, and,
Thank you.
I thought that was, that was great. Yeah, no, the use of social media is awesome. I mean, it just, I can't, Chrissy and I both are pretty, heavily out there, and we really are out there pushing the positive message of the improvements and the different things that are happening here at Monroe Township School District that I am so proud of having been a part of for the last 3 years. So thank you all. Okay.
Thank you.
That ends the curriculum meeting.